Ooh, nostalgia. Welcome to the PrinnyCast Roundtable, a casual weekly show where we talk about what we've been up to and all the various gaming-related stuff over the last week. We're your hosts. I'm Chris. This is Grover.
Hello.
This is Mike.
Hello.
And Edna's over there in the corner of our screen chatting through text messages. The final week for the Daily Humble Bundle has appeared. Sorry if you haven't been catching any of it. There's still a weekly Humble Bundle with plenty of time to jump on to with Triumph Larian Bundle with Age of Wonders and Divinity series games. Indy Real tossed out the Nixer 4 bundle with a mix of games of past bundles with a few extra new ones for an average right around $5 right about now. Groupies has 2 new bundles this week with Build a Greenlight 6 where you can add up to 8 titles plus bonuses to your bundle for $0.25 apiece. Plus their horror bundle featuring 4 for $1 or pay a little bit more and you get 2 more spooky titles like Lucian plus bonuses. And don't forget those cats at Bundle Stars who released Sim Masters, 7 games for $3 that once again remind us how popular those unusual simulators are that like working construction vehicles or building bridges. Or goats, but that's not in that package, so. Also want to mention that Amazon is going really nuts with some deals right now. Bundles aplenty with the return of the Sonic Everywhere and the Rockstar Ultimate Collection, plus lots more, even a Fightin' and Brawlin' bundle for $25 that has Mortal Kombat Complete, the Complete Injustice, most recent Arkham game, and the Lord of the Rings War in the North. That's pretty good for $25. Anyway, see the link in the description down below. And one more addendum before we get to talking about what we've been playing this week. This might just be one of the last times we mention the sales on the show. Largely because, well, I won't get into the reason because, but unless a particularly amazing sale comes along and off chance that we think that people may not actually know about it. This will be the last show to probably largely showcase the bundles themselves. This will allow us to run more of the trailers than just the indie games in that one section. We're still going to have trailers from those, but we're trying to broaden the visual stuff a little more to more console games, more niche genres. I hate the genre. Seems like people change that word on me. For some 20 years, people only said genre. And all of a sudden, in the 2000s, or the double aughts, as some people call it, it's suddenly genre. I'm confused. Anyway.
Well, now I'll call it Ron-Ra.
Ron-Ra.
To make it worse. Ron-Ra.
If it gets wet, does it turn into a different gender?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. And some more mainstream type of goodies, too. We're not, like, going all selling out or anything, because we're being so bought. Whatever. But anyway.
Yeah, if we are, I want some money.
We're being sold for pennies.
So yeah, what have we been playing this week, Grover?
Well, I've played a bunch of Final Fantasy XIV, the same crap as always.
Ooh.
Played actually a bunch of SimCity 2013, and same crap as always. Just seems like they talk about everybody is just trying to get them to say stuff, and it is apparent that developers are under a gag order from EA still, so they can't tell you anything they're doing. So I started playing SimCity 4, and it's a damn shame that I somehow still have more fun playing SimCity 4 than I do playing its predecessor.
It's not the first time a sequel hasn't measured up to its predecessor, but
that is true.
It is sad.
That's a common consensus for that game, though, anyway, isn't it?
Oh, the SimCity 2013 is a gigantic piece of shit.
Yeah. That's the general consensus.
Yeah, I sometimes really wish they would just abandon the game and make another one because it's my main genre and it's really torturous to see it going through what it is now. But then I played Sims 3 and I'll do a legacy and see how many generations I can get through. And my non-player legacy people managed to burn everybody to death except for the cat. And I was like, I will play the game. I will play the legacy family until the cat is dead. And that social worker took him, so that was over. So, yeah, that's that.
At least it wasn't Toonces.
Yep.
Because that's kind of what popped in my mind. Oh, the cat killed everybody for the insurance money. Okay.
That damn cat.
Throw him off of a cliff, just like Toonces. Yeah. So what about you, Mike?
Well, this throughout May has been Mega May on the 3DS Virtual Console. 20 years ago, Mega Man 5 came out for Game Boy. It was the only Game Boy Mega Man game, the only Mega Man game, really, that I'd never been able to play. And it finally came out to the 3DS yesterday. I bought it. I beat it that day. And honestly, I was kind of disappointed. It was so easy, but I don't know. I played it. It was fun. I liked it. It was just really, really, really easy. The boss patterns were so predictable. Like they literally do the exact same thing in the exact same order. There's no variation. But other than that, I reinstalled Terra Online. They had their Terra Uprising thing come out, and it introduced a class called the Reaper. So I wanted to try that. So I'm slogging through the first part of the game, so I can create a Reaper and see how awesome it really is. But
something to get you away from WoW a little bit.
Yeah, it's been my I'm going to play this instead of World of Warcraft kind of thing.
I'm sure you're still doing your dailies and your raids and stuff.
I haven't done dailies. And months. The grindy part of the game finally got to me. I only log in for raid pretty much anymore. If we're not raiding, then I'm not playing. So,
speaking of grindy, we still have not figured out what's doing that to his microphone, so we're going to try something other than Skype, I think, next week to see if maybe that'll fix it. Because it's the same mic he's always used, it's just he's using it in a new house. That shouldn't have any different effect. But something weird has changed somewhere. And so
this is a new headset.
Oh, well then I blame the headset.
Yeah, I got it just before I moved.
You did say that you thought it might have something to do with the voice changer software on it messing up.
Yeah, I don't have a way to disable it. Like the pitch changing, I don't have a way to just disable that. So
it could be what all that popple crackle's about. And I'm going to be really depressing with my games I've played this week. A few stuff on Congregate, my usual Tynan, messed around with some old Dynasty Warriors a little bit, and that's it.
Oh, wow.
Okay. However, I did a bit more research and work and brainstorming on my space opera RPG that I've been working on since like 2007. It's turning a little less epic as far as scale and story, but I think the deeper in content and more enjoyable overall lately, so we'll have to see. I've got me some ideas that'll make the playability a lot more engaging for people. And there is so many of those RPG Maker games out there being legitimately sold on places like Steam and Desura lately that, yeah, there's a lot of them that's good, but so many of them use very similar graphics that it's just kind of, it's off-putting at this point. So I think what I'm doing, even though I have no intention of selling it legitimately because I'm using way too much copyrighted stuff, but I think it should be fun, so I'll put that out there whenever I finish it, but just be forewarned, this thing is so packed, it will probably be over a gig of download. This is not going to be a small game, but, and not really a topic, and yet we do have topics. And since the topics and the game news stories are practically the same thing, I thought it would be a better idea just to merge them together. I don't have quite a ton of time this weekend, or I'd rather have more time this weekend than last, so I'm cutting out the animation portion for the game news. Sounds like a wise thing to do, at least for the week. It'll be back. I'm just being more lazy lately. Part of it is...
more busy.
So we're just going to do some the game news stuff. And it was kind of a slow week, but there was some major stories that happened. I'll go ahead, Mike, take the first one there.
Most of you have already heard that Google is buying Twitch TV for over $1 billion. Most of it is still considered rumor, despite all of the evidence and insider sources that this is happening. So why would Google want Twitch when it already has YouTube, which has proven it has live stream abilities? Well, Twitch actually outperformed internet traffic peaks against sites like Facebook and Hulu and even Steam this year, being the number 4 spot for internet traffic in North America. It was beaten out only by Netflix, Google, and Apple.
I'm torn on this because I do not like what Google has done to YouTube. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't care.
But I don't really... What Twitch has done to itself, I don't like either. I mean, their 30-second delays, their endless chat issues. I understand the bandwidth problems, but then my answer to that is I don't care. This is what you wanted. Deal with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's another idea. Instead of putting up HD commercials, at least give us the opportunity to turn down the commercials to a lower bandwidth, and maybe it would save you some of that bandwidth issues that you're having.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us are using ad blockers. Because I cannot sit there and watch a show because it takes 20-30 minutes for some of those ads to go through, and I know not everybody has my crappy internet, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that are...
it's the same for me. Again. I mean, when they came out with the turbo thing, I was pretty happy. That was their final answer. Just like, hey, buy this, no ads anywhere. Anywhere. And it's like, okay, good. And regardless if any of this is actually real or not, here's something interesting YouTube related. YouTube is hosting Blades of Excalibur Lite, which is a simple flash game that's a hack and slash revolving around King Arthur lore. Really super simple when you get down to it. I barely got hit in the little time that I was playing it, but bigger than the game itself is the fact that YouTube seems ready to dive into that whole market of flash games. So I think it's looking to compete with Pogo and Congregate now. That's what it seems like they're testing. Google itself?
YouTube.
Oh, YouTube? Wow,
yep.
What the hell?
Yep, there's a game, literally a playable game, flash as it may be, on YouTube now.
Interesting.
Not going to be the last.
I remember Pogo account's still on Pogo. I used to get just like millions of coins for just blackjack and slots, and then go play blackjack and blow all of it in like an hour. I mean, poker.
Whatever made you happy. That's what it was for. At least it wasn't real money.
Yeah, if it was, they give you that option to buy more coins, and it's just like, no, Grover, you like food, and you won't eat food if you buy that stuff.
Give us your money. Give us all of your money.
I can't say the same about other family members, which I found out recently that one of my family members spent about $200 on Candy Crush moves.
I've heard of some kids doing that too, so I can't laugh too hard.
Saying a kid, this is one of my aunts. I was just like, are you serious? I mean, she's retired now. I mean, she's just like, but just like,
go play one of the knockoffs for a little bit and then come back later. I can buy you
a bunch of games that are like Candy Crush and you can play them for free and have to deal with that shit.
Exactly. I don't know. To each their own. I've never spent any money on any game that does that sort of thing like Farmville or Tynan or any of those sort of games, and most of them are doing it. All the free-to-play stuff tend to have that in it, and I don't blame them for having that in it because it's how they make some of their money back.
I'm not gonna lie, for those games like Farmville and all those, I will buy their cash, but usually if I do that, I always limit myself to $30 to $60. That's just because that's the most I would ever pay for a game. Mm-hmm. That's the same how it goes on Congregate.
So we totally missed the story that 80% of the shares from software okay, this is going to be hard, and I'm keeping that in there too. From Software stock, the makers of the hugely successful Dark Souls games, was bought by Kadokawa, one of the biggest manga publishers in Japan, and frequently dips into real estate and video media like video games. They're the recent regular publisher for the Quentin Tarantino of video games, Suda51s, like Lollipop Chainsaw, and the other game I completely slipped my mind because it's more
Killer's Dead,
thank you. But recent developments have named Dark Souls creator Hidetaka Miyazaki as the new president of From Software. So I guess doing good things kicked him up inside the company a lot. But
congratulations, I don't know who you are, who your company is.
At the same time, though, I'm a little concerned, not because the guy probably is incapable of running the company, but I hate seeing creative people getting put in places they can't be creative anymore.
Oh, that's true.
And that's the type of stuff that Miyamoto has been fighting for about 20 years. They keep wanting to promote him to high positions. No, I want to make games.
That's what happened to Will Wright.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's why so many of them take off to make their little startup companies.
Yep.
And speaking of which, go ahead with your Grover.
Why Oculus Rift has been signed into a deal that will see it's coming to very select Chuck E. Cheese establishments. Whoa. It's Zenimax lawsuit. What?
Whoa, Chuck E. Cheese!
Oh, yeah. Oh, Chuck E. Cheese, amazing! That way, I can just see Oculus. Okay, let's do the story, then we'll talk about it. Chuck E. Cheese establishment. It's Zenimax lawsuit that they've officially launched against Palmer Lackey and his Oculus VR team over the whole alleged stolen technology that John Carmack took with him while he left Zenimax and joined the Oculus group. Palmer, Carmack, and the official outlets from Oculus are very staunch about how ridiculous and baseless the claims are. Zenimax is looking to have a trial by jury, a recompense for damages. Zenimax, you're insane. That's my answer to that.
I think this is going to go bad for them.
I could just see the Oculus Rifts and those Chuck E. Cheeses getting broke so damn fast.
The technology was cool for the first week, but after that, nobody could see anything but pizza. Why does all of it smell like cheese? And the once majestic Rare Limited is the newest round of layoffs with almost 20 staff members, including some longtime veterans. The reasonings were worded a little differently than usual, but ultimately it was about the same old streamlining for the best efficiency for teams and projects ahead. And really, aside from this little gimmick stuff for the Kinect, has Rare done anything in ages?
Not really.
I can't think of anything since Nuts and Bolts.
I can't think of anything Rare has done in like 5 years.
They've been working on Kinect games, and that's why we probably haven't heard much about it.
That's probably why they're failing.
Exactly. And behold, the rapid of fires. It's rapid fire time. Not really, because we probably have comments in between. But Indie Craze Goat Simulator gets its first major patch on June 3rd that will add new goats, a big new map, local multiplayer, and the goats can ride skateboards and bicycles.
Oh my god.
At least they're keeping going.
Just like, I can't believe they're actually patching that, and at the same time, it's like, that sounds awesome.
A game you never thought you'd want to play.
The game that just, like they said they're making, I was just like, I thought you were kidding.
And Valve's Steam app that lets you use one computer to play games on a lower grade computer or laptop has been released to the public now, full public. It was just in beta, and it's basically very similar to what it's called Big Picture, if I remember right. Mm-hmm. So it's basically that for another computer in the household. So, cool. I don't know of a lot of people that would probably use it, but you never know.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Oh, yes, this one. And Far Cry 4 faces controversy immediately after its official announcement when the box art showed up. Seen here, as this is apparently racist.
It is?
I see two Asians, for one thing.
Yeah.
I don't see a Hispanic and a white guy like everybody else apparently does. And no, apparently a lot of people mistook the guy in pink as the hero of the game for some remarkably stupid reason. Looks like a villain to me.
Yeah,
this isn't Saints Row, guys. This is Far Cry. I think the universe is really trying to implode with stupidity. I don't know.
That does look like a very, very strange picture.
So when this picture just suddenly pops up and nobody knows anything about it, people start making up what they want to make up about
crazy.
it. Anyway, Vivendi, here we go. Vivendi is selling off another $850 million of Activision Blizzard stock after Activision bought themselves back from them last year in a separation bid. This will bring Vivendi's remaining stocks to just 6% of the company. Oh, I was just talking about these guys. Crytek, the creators of CryEngine and many of the impressive games that use it, have announced Arena of Fate, a MOBA using fabled and real-life legendary characters, as its battlers like Robin Hood, Nikola Tesla, Joan of Arc, and Little Red Riding Hood. Yep. Everybody wants in on the MOBA stuff because that's where the money seems to be right now. And you know, when two of the biggest games in the world right now are League of Legends and Dota 2, can't exactly argue.
Yeah.
And did I mention it was a slow week? Nintendo 2DS is getting a new sea green color in June. Ooh. And Street Fighter Assassin's Fist was uploaded in its entirety into 12 episodes. Go check out the most true-to-spirit video game adaptation ever made for free on Machinima. It's a fan film, so that's kind of sad that they're doing a better job than Hollywood, but I guess that's nothing new for a lot of people. And lastly, while not the first time a Nintendo representative from Europe has misstated something about Smash Brothers, Nintendo France director Stephen Boll has stated that the NFC technology, the little figurine similar to Disney Infinity and Skylanders we've been talking about, will make an appearance at E3 interacting with Super Smash Bros. Wii U.
What?
I don't know if I should be worried or excited or
I'm a little both. I'm like, oh god, how much money is this game going to cost me now?
Humongous question marks above my head, and then at the same time, very glad that I don't play that game.
Well, Sakurai has sworn that both versions for the Wii U and the 3DS will all come with the same characters stock. So it doesn't sound like you're going to, if you want to play Yoshi, you're going to have to buy a Yoshi figurine. It does not sound like they're going to do that, though.
But they
as far as DLC, yeah, they could. And Sakurai has said it's not in the plans right now. We want to make a full game. We don't want to make a partial game and make you pay for it later, which I'm so glad there's still people like that. Yeah. But he said that, if we get a good response and people want more, we'll think about it, which is kind of cool. I'm for that. More cars and racing games, more characters and fighting games. I'm fine with that kind of DLC. Same. Not so much horse armor, but...
You'd be like Sin City and have a hospital DLC, which is a single damn hospital.
Oh, well, I guess that was our show for May 23rd, 2014, before we get on too many wild tangents. Follow us at Twitter at PrinnyCast, and you can contact us with email at prinnycast@gmail.com. Though I have no idea what the future's in store for the channel. We're trying to mix things up, change things a little bit at a time to make it better for everybody, easier for us to put together, more interesting for you guys to watch. This is probably not one of those particular shows, but I don't know. We've had some interesting banter today.
Such interest.
Crazy.
And I really need to stop working on those crazy intros. That Three Stooges intro from last week, it was cute and all, but that took me 4 hours. It does not look like it took me 4 hours, but it took me 4 hours, and I was efficient. I barely had to redo anything. And even the one today, that took a little bit of work, but doesn't look really great either. But hey, I only put about an hour and a half into that one, so whatever. It was an intro. It'll do. So yeah, I may not do too much more of that, but it's nice to have something more than trying to find words. Because words have been leaving me lately. Here they go. There they go. There it is now. So, I'm going to go catch up with them. I'll see you all, guys. See you all, guys. See you all next week. I'm going to go lay down. I'm just going to curl up under a rock.
Whoa.
See you next week.
See you next time.
No, Rock, come back. I didn't mean what I said.